Pandas, welcome to my stream, Pandas. I'm glad that you guys can join us this morning, every single day, 9 o'clock. Hey, I know for those who are coming in around this time, you guys are interested in the daily chart review. You guys are interested in the updates. You guys are interested in asking questions. So I do appreciate you guys coming early so we have some more time to talk, to chit chat, get to know each other a little bit more. So Pandas, I do appreciate those who come early. Good morning, Pandas. My Pandas. Hey, let me say good morning. Aaron Korn becoming a Panda. Thank you for your support. Thank you for some of that donations for my morning coffee. Hey, enjoy your green name. Enjoy your two-legged pullback badge as it forms over time. Enjoy your Panda emoticons. Enjoy priority responding to your questions and comments. I honestly, on stream, I try to answer any Pandas questions. If you have a green name, I make sure I try to answer any of your questions and say good morning to you guys. So, if you are a Panda and you're in the chat, hey, show some love to Aaron Korn. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Treasure Sons. Good morning. Beach Bum. Welcome back. Jay with. This channel is better when you could see it count balance. It's a mix. Some people like it more, some people like it less. I just chose not to do it because in my mind it was kind of... I think it played its course. I 2x my count 2 times. And I figured... I know it shouldn't get to me. But the main criticism is that the count grows when... you know, when I trade off stream, you know. And so people always say, well, that's fake, you're trading sim, or they'll make some weird excuse, I don't know, but you know, I don't know how else to show it. But because of that, I just figure, okay, let's just do what's ever on stream, and you know, I'll just show my, you know, my results per stream, and I figured that would cause less controversy. But no, actually doesn't really help. It's just there's just new in very creative ways the YouTube universe wants to you know, criticize. So that's that. That is that. Aaron Korn says. Actually, Aaron Korn from Los Angeles, where the city's up to no good. Treasured Sons from Minnesota State, you can't wait to leave. LOL. Let's go, baby. Thim Cone Chone. Good morning from Minnesota. Power Trader from LA. Chris Stubbs. Welcome, my Panda. Scott Hubbard. Good morning from Lancaster, Ohio. Aaron Korn. Scott Hubbard. Giving a nice warm welcome to Aaron Korn. Let's go, baby. Good morning, guys. Richard Harris in the chat. That guy that said he likes to see Panda take a bit on a trade yesterday was a douchebag. I bet his trading history looks like Biden's political career. Huh. Oh, I don't want to talk about politics, but I don't know. Perhaps. The only thing I have to say about politics is I just wish there was more understanding on both sides, you know. Either if you're liberal, conservative, Republican, Democratic. I just wish there was more understanding on both sides. And it's sad to me that there cannot even be discussions anymore without basically ad hominem attacks, or I don't know. It's just, to me, it's sad. I don't know. I'm a person who likes to be reasonable here, and so it's just so polarizing. And the funny thing is, everything becomes political. Like everything. Like, yeah, I could be eating food and I could be eating a hamburger. Someone can come to me and can politicize that somehow. I don't know. It could happen, and I'm not sure. But Bram says, show all yesterday's trades with markers. Ah, boy, oh boy. You don't want to see my trades with markers. I was all over the place. I honestly, I don't show my markers for obvious reasons. It's super messy. Plus, also a little bit vulnerable asking for something like that. And for me, just in general, you know, I don't trust. I don't trust anyone out there in the YouTube land, YouTube universe. And so, you know, things like showing statements, markers, trade performance, these things are all things that you put yourself in a state of vulnerability. And for me, you know, it's your one thing is you're trying to appease, right, people who you shouldn't even be trying to appease. And you know, for me, that is just the wrong thing to do. And I have shown my statements before. I have shown my trade performance before. I have shown my markers before. In fact, the two-legged pullback community knows I sometimes just show all my markers. But the thing is, I incorporate some things that you guys would not be comfortable with, nor would you know how to do, because I not only use, you know, the two-legged pullback, I also listen to Al Brooks. And so on this stream, I like to stick very closely to two-legged pullback, strictly as possible. But when I trade on my own, I'll do some other things, some other cash things. I will scale in. Like, I rarely scale in on this stream, but I will scale in sometimes in my off-stream trading. So I don't show my markers because it's just not going to be helpful for anyone in terms of this, the purpose of this stream. But for me, it's not something that showing markers is like, yeah, it's honestly one of those things that are like, yeah, show me your statement, show me. It's like one of those things like, yeah, prove to me, right? Like the company's like, prove to me, you need to prove to me that, you know, whatever. And for me, it's just I have nothing to prove. I have nothing, you know, I have nothing to prove to anyone else, anyone here. You see what you see on stream, and that's what it is. It is what it is. But Bram says, this guy is an entertainer, not a professional. That is okay, but as soon as he starts selling something, it's wrong. Selling, I do sell an indicator, but I do not sell a mentorship program. I do this absolutely for free. You know, I ask sometimes if you guys become pandas, that's really helpful for me. But other than that, I do this absolutely for free. I don't claim to be an amazing trader. I just claim that if you stick to the plan and if your system works, then you will become profitable. And so I can sell this indicator all I want. I don't have to show anything because an indicator doesn't have to. Selling an indicator, I don't have to prove my, you know, my credibility in any way, right? It's just a tool, right? It's just a tool for anyone who wants to use yeah, it's a tool to find two-legged pullbacks. As simple as that. But so you know, I'll go back and forth with you guys, and as long as you guys aren't distracting to the rest of the community, I will be gladly to discuss things with you, such as someone wanting to show my markers. Okay, no, I don't feel comfortable with that. Someone saying that it's wrong, right? If I sell something, then I completely disagree with that as well. Hagen Rowe says, why is it that you use a 20 EMA and Thomas Wade uses a 21 EMA? Thomas Wade might be more aligned with Mac price action trading system. He uses 21. I use 20 because that's what Al Brooks uses. So I stick, hey, if the best, I try to mimic the best. You know, if I want to become the best, I want to mimic the best. So but pandas, I'm putting myself in probation period again. Had $1,000 loss. Going back to 2 contracts because of how difficult it is to trade on stream with you guys. It's just, but the thing is, yesterday, I took 2 trades yesterday. I was gonna go over the daily chart. Actually, I'll go to the daily chart real quick while I'm here. Yeah, this is my daily chart. This is how it looks like. And I already mentioned many times on the stream where I think it's going to go ultimately. Come back to the bottom of the channel. Right? Typically what happens when you break a channel like this, you come back to the bottom of the channel, clear spike in channel here, and typically what happens, you come back to the bottom of the channel to test it, and it is what it is. But until we get there, I'm going to think we're downtrend unless there is ample proof that we are reversing, which is basically going to have some sort of trap to the upside or trading clearly above the 20 MA. And of course, if we break the all-time highs, then we're no longer in a downtrend. But with that being said, doesn't mean we can't have up days. We have a clear measure move of this swing down to this pullback, right? So how you make measure moves is that you get a trend, you find a trend, you go from the top of the trend to the bottom of the trend, and then after a pullback, you copy and paste this move. Copy and paste it. Go to the top of the pullback, the highest point of the pullback, and you'll find your measure move. It's actually a little off. There we go. And so, in my opinion, short term, we're going to get here pretty quickly. We should get here pretty quickly, but we can have some more pullbacks here. I'm not sure how we're going to get there. I'm not sure if we're going to get there without, first touching the 20 EMA again. But in my opinion, most likely we'll come down here. Like if I saw this on a 5-minute chart, 10K chart, whatever other chart, 2000 tick chart. If I saw this at any other chart and I saw this happening, right, with this trap reversal pattern with a measure move here, with some strong bearish behavior, breaking new lows, making new lows, I would suspect we will get down to the bottom or to this measure move. That is my, that's my, what I believe is going to happen with the price, according to price action here. But yeah, on stream, I'll say yesterday, if I do daily chart review, on stream, I got tricked. I got tricked 2 times, very badly. Looking back at the trade, of course, hindsight bias. I mean, I said it during the trade as well, but I was going to take this reversal pattern here, which ends up being an actual true reversal, but it happens after a 2-legged pullback. But after I saw this trap here, I was like, okay, this looks like a good place, break a trend, right, new high, 2-legged pullback, and we're coming down to make a new a trap trade here below the 20 MA. And I did say during the trade, I was like, this is pretty close to this trend line. That's the one thing I'm hesitant about this trade, that we're so close to this trend line. This already might be acting as support here. And should have heeded my own warning, I guess. But I thought it was worth taking because of the high probability of these kind of trades here. But ends up making a 2-legged pullback. A, B, C, then decides to reverse for pretty much the entire day. It does come back up to retest right the bottom of this, right, just to take out those people who are coming out break even, or runners break even, right? It'll take out those people, but that's not what the market's trying to do. The market's never trying to take out runners. The market doesn't care about your runners. The market doesn't care about stopping you out. What it's trying to do is essentially coming back to, right, what's happening here is that the traders who had missed this breakdown of this 2-legged pullback, they realize, right, when it comes back, I'm going to enter in because I think the reversal has happened with this setup here, and I missed my chance. Darn it, right? The boat has sailed, but wow, the boat has returned, and this is why you see this price action here, right? About, you're talking about 1 tick above, right, where you would enter in essentially, right, at the bottom of this signal bar right here. Comes back to retest the bottom of that signal bar. And that's where traders came in, and you can have an exchange of things here, but essentially the bears want to come back in here once it comes back because they thought they missed the boat. When it comes back, they reloaded. And then so I got trapped. I got tricked. I thought we're gonna reverse right there, and again right here I saw break of trend, new low, and I thought, okay, we are in a good place to potentially, right, the bottom of this channel. Right, we had 4 pushes down, right, according to price action. Typically market goes 4 pushes down, then reverses. And then it did reverse a little bit, but when it had this this trap forming, I should have paid attention to my, again, I do this all time and time again, I should have paid attention to my own indicator. My trading range indicator showing me it was actually top of a range when I was doing. And the two things that should have stopped me, or the thing that should have stopped me from this trade is, once I saw this choppiness here with so many overlapping bars, I should not have suspected that it would reverse. But the setup is good, right? Break of trend, new low, right? We're done with this trend, making the new low, and but look at the price action now, realizing that even though it made a new low, because we have so much chop here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16 bars of chop essentially. You're thinking actually trading range to continue original trend. And I think I'm gonna have to put that in the archives, or have to put that in the, gonna have to put that in the auxiliary. I gotta put that in the mind, forefront of the mind here. Another thing I have to be wary of when entering these major trend reversals. And so, in my mind, good setup at the end. Actually, not a bad setup here, but does fail and does stop you out. But you know, you lose 2 times, it's all good. You know, you stick to the plan. That's what's important. So those are 2 trades I lost. I still think we're good. I still think those trades were good. But now looking at it, like at the time, I thought they were very good. But now looking, I can see there was chop here that could have affected me. Maybe too close to the trend line here. Should have made me a little more hesitant, or even scale in trade here if I thought this was a genuine reversal. But on stream, I don't scale in, and so, you know, I might scale in once or twice, but we'll see. If you think your premise is good but your timing was wrong, then scaling in is your best friend. Once your premise is proven to be wrong, that's when you have to let go of your trades and your position and just take the loss. Even if you scaled in, you gotta take double the loss. You have to take it. It hurts double, of course, but the idea is, if you stick to the plan, you know, you'll be profitable. It's okay to lose. It's okay to lose according to your plan, and I think that's completely okay, which I was fine with over here, over there. We do have a two-legged pullback here that happened during stream. No way I was gonna take that. Even though strong downtrend, but you're always thinking late in trend. At this point, you're like, man, this is late in trend. I don't think I'm gonna, you know, I don't think this is gonna work out. Ends up working out. Strong trend, right? No sign of reversals, not even coming above the 20 MA. And then we finally have a break of trend here. Right, big trend here, break of trend. Now making a moving average gap here, which is nice, which is what you want on break of trends. Right? Small moving average gap here, but again, this consolidation periods. Now we're looking for some sort of reversal here, but you don't really get one. You don't really get a reversal pattern that you're looking for. You do have a failed trap here, which could be for you wanting to enter long and taking that risk, but big bar here, right? Big risk. So it's a little tricky here. But that failed trap after the new low could be something that would entice you to go long, thinking you can find a nice swing trade here. You got to swing this if you're going to make it worth it, in my opinion. But again, right, no trades here. I can't even take this trade because you're thinking reversal at this point. You're thinking here could be A, B, C, and actually reverse, which actually it does way over here. But this could trap here because you have break of trend. At this point, once this, you know, this small pullback happens, minor reversal, and then one more push down, you're thinking some sort of reversal here, in my opinion. So just, you're actually looking for a long trade at this point, but since I'm looking for a long here, I probably would not go short right here, plus terrible signal bar. You're going up, going up. You can't take really any of these trades. You can try to attempt this HL4 setup, but it's up to you. I didn't take that at all. Basically my biggest trades came, right, let's see here. You can also consider this break of trend new high. You can consider this trend here, new high, and now you're thinking for a downtrend sometime here, right? But no trap trades. The trap trade happens way down here, and that's not something you're looking for. You'll want to be a little closer to 20 MA, and that could be tempting for some people here, thinking, man, we're just gonna continue this big downtrend, but too far from 20 MA, that's where it'll get you. That'll hurt you. When would I say I realized we were basically in some sort of trading range? I don't think we're in a trading range now. You know, it's too hard to tell, right? Strong push down again, and just very hard to find good setups here. You could find this setup, the higher low setup here. You could have this forming here, break a trend, new low, multiple failed traps here, and then finally, right here, you can enter long. In my opinion, not a bad trade, but you have to consider these long wicks here. But it's a two-legged pullback. You have an A, B, C pattern. It's also a Pikachu trade. A dark green number with a magenta box, giving us a long entry here. But that's a trap trade, right? This is a reversal pattern here that we look for all the time. This is the reversal that I was looking for way back on those trades that I lost, right? Break a trend, new low, and now you're looking for a reversal at the 20 MA, above the 20 MA. That's what we got here. Nice little scalp here, but you can also swing this. If you think it's a true reversal, you can swing this for however many points you're comfortable with. But typically you want to do 2 times your risk. So if you want to swing this, this is the risk reward you're looking for, and that's where you see some of these wicks here, because people are trying to take 2 times this risk reward, seeing a reversal pattern. And right here you see one attempt breaks above, another attempt tries to break above, comes close, and finally doesn't break through it. And so that's what happens here. That's why you see these wicks here, because people are taking 2 times their risk off this signal bar, and that's what people are swinging on these reversal patterns here. So that is, and this could be a confirmation of this reversal, two-legged pullback, also Pikachu trade right here. So you do have, in my opinion, 2 good trades here, looking at it. But you know what? This is pretty much the exact same setup that happened before, where I lost. They just happened to, you know, fail, and it happens. You know, it happens. It is what it is. Measure move here, and so you could take this second entry here, and I haven't marked the 2 times the risk reward here, but also measure move, and so you can see a measure move here, and almost hitting to the tick, right? This measure move, and reverses, goes beyond it, only 2 ticks. To me, that's pretty much a solid hit. And so you have this measure move. It will scare you like crazy if you're swinging this, because you have your stop here, comes back all the way up. You're like, okay, it's gonna stop me out, but ends up making your measure move on the next push down right there. And then this is when it gets very hard. Trading range indicator, mark the trading range with these 3 bars, and from there you're wondering, okay, should I, you know, that's when you start to have your alerts on, thinking, maybe this is gonna be trading range. And it was trading range. Like, this to me is not tradable unless you are able to come in with some sort of I mean, you could do the higher lows here. There's a higher low here, right? No lower high setup here. If you were really brave that you just wanted to go on any second entry short here and scale in, then you could possibly do that potentially. But in my opinion, this is very hard to trade. I mentioned in my post yesterday that if you had lost money yesterday, you're probably in good company, because things like this absolutely destroy people. I was actually looking at the trading range way back from here because of the 10,000 tick chart was showing a trading range, and in my opinion, I was already thinking trading range back here according to a 10K chart. And so when this started to happen, I was finally able to actually make some trades off the 10K chart here, in combination with the 2K chart. And I did mention yesterday was very difficult. It was very difficult if you're trading. I was battling yesterday for most of the day, just trying to figure out what's happening, and ended up green overall, but it was not easy, pandas. It was not easy, and because I've been doing this for a long time, you know, I have let's say the mental fortitude to want to scale in sometimes on trading ranges. And at the end, I did take this trade here for you know, 2 times risk here. And this trade alone was able to get me about $2,500. It's about a 9-point trade, and it's 2 times the risk. And I took this as a hidden second entry, A, B, C. Hidden second entry here, and once it broke below the candle's low, entered in, and it's actually kind of scary because it breaks below and goes way back up, and then finally comes back down. But I was willing to take that 2 times risk here because I knew of the trading range. I knew this trading range would not break easily here. And I felt like any breakout would be a failed breakout. So I was basically looking for a reversal pattern. Once we broke out, I was looking for a reversal pattern, and we didn't really get a full reversal pattern, but it's called this two-leg hidden second entry. I decided to take it because when we broke below the 20 EMA like this, I'm looking for a short entry, and I was able to swing that to about 9 points there. So I posted that yesterday. That's my swing trade. But again, if I put my markers on, it's not going to be helpful because this is not something I would even trade on stream. Because this is a hidden second entry, and I was looking at market structure, I was looking at price action, and once I found those things, I was able to confidently say we're probably coming back into this trading range, willing to take that risk here, right? Fully willing to lose this, but looking for 2 times my risk reward right there. All right, let's jump to the pre-market analysis. Let's see what the pre-market is telling us. That's enough about yesterday's trades. Let me go over a couple of the chats here. Good morning, my pandas. Eric Druin, good morning from Canada. Brandon Jones from Florida. Kellyanne, welcome back. Good morning, pandas. Hope Kellyanne, you're doing well on your funded accounts, your prop firms. SW Blaze, Chicago, welcome, welcome. Austin Harris says, can we get a quick crash course on when we should look to enter a trade? I'm afraid a quick crash course is hard to come by, but hopefully during this stream you'll figure out what's happening here. Gonna end the poll here. Most of you guys think it's actually bull trend day today. Very surprising. Very surprising. Okay. Just reading over some of your chats here. Welcome, welcome. Rock runs from Atlanta. Ducks on the Pond says Hotlanta. Once you J80 says green 2500, that's freaking impressive considering ES didn't move at all the rest of the day. I mean, honestly, once you know the market structure, you can trade a little more confidently. Like if you knew it's gonna be trading range and basically breakouts would fail, then you're looking for big swings, right? Back to the bottom of the trading range. And so I was able to take advantage of that once I knew the structure, but it took a long time for it to happen, and so I was just, it is what it is, man. Market's about to open. About 42 seconds. But pandas, those who just entered the stream, hey, make sure you scalp that like button. For those who are just rolling in, I'm Bye Money, and on this channel, we trade only one single setup on the E-mini futures, the two-legged pullback. We only scalp this on this channel, and we're gonna try to find the best two-legged pullback setups possible today. Let's go, baby. We do have a break of trend new high and a two-legged pullback back to the 20 EMA. We could find a nice push down here, pandas. We shall see. Market just opened. If we get a good, maybe a good signal bar, this might not be a bad trade to take. A little too choppy for me. Gonna sit on my pause. By the way, I'm back to 2 contracts after yesterday's loss. I'm going back to 2 contracts, putting myself in probation until I show a couple green days. I might be 2 contracts the rest of this week because I don't know, pandas. It's been hard. It's been hard to trade on stream. Been having some pretty big losers on stream, and it's not good. It's not fun to go off stream and start to trade again off stream, knowing that you're behind. And so I'm just sticking to 2 contracts right now and seeing. Actually, I'm gonna do my runner contracts. See if we can get some runners here. Sitting on my pause, just watching this market, getting a little choppy here, overlapping bars. Right, the two-legged pullback does work. That I mentioned A, B, C. That would have been an okay trade. It's just the bottom of the trading range. Was not sure. The trading range indicator showing us trading range here. Could not close below the trading range indicator. Coming back up. A little too scary for me. You know, you only got about, I don't know, little buffer room, like half a point buffer room, 3/4 of a buffer room here. About half a, yeah, half a point of buffer. So a little scary for me to take that short. Does give us a nice scalp though. Does give you a point for those who did enter there. Coming back up now and maybe continue the uptrend here, because what should this market have done is actually keep going down. Right, we should be bouncing off this trend line. This trend line is being a little too stubborn, a little too strong, or it's not being respected at all, going through it. So what should be happening if we had a reversal here is that we should be going down right now. We could be getting a double top, lower high double top here. Right, this reversal pattern, right, breaking below the channel, right, spike and channel, breaking below it, and then having an entire two-legged pullback forming here. We could be finding some more downside. Of course, if we break this high, that case is out the window. But right now, this is a little confusing. You know, I'm thinking double top here, right? Lower highs. Until proven otherwise, I'm thinking downtrend currently. The 5 minutes confused. Very confused bar, the 5-minute bar. Big doji right now. 10K chart also not very helpful. This trap actually fails on a 10K chart, making it even more reason to think we're going to go downwards. Right? When a trap fails on a 10K chart, very rare. If it does happen, we can have a big reversal on our hands. Right? This trap fails, as you can see. We had a pretty strong uptrend, and it tries to go up on this trap with the magenta box, but only goes up 2 ticks and reverses, and basically will stop you out right there. And might be very difficult to come back up here. The traps typically, if they fail, they could be big reversal points on a 10K chart. Even on a 2K chart, if the trap fails, like, you know, when it's overextended, could be a point of being a reversal. Such as here, this is basically a failed trap here. This is a failed trap here as well, and it does make one more push down. Failed trap here, right? It reverses, right? Failed trap here, reverses. Failed trap here, reverses. You know, so when you have like a failed trap on these points of resistance, it can be a reversal point. So on the 10K chart, I do see that that failed trap. So we shall see. Sitting on my pause though for the moment. Very confused market in my opinion. Pandas, hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to the stream. BBM, 2 contracts with the runner. Just, yeah, one contract for scalping, 1 contract for running. In this trading range right now. J80 says, I've been successfully trading for over a decade. See absolutely no structure in ES yesterday. That's true. I mean, for me, this is what I saw, the 10K chart. Using the 10K chart and trying to trade when we got above, right, the trading range. Trying to go short on the 2K chart. That's basically how I was using, that's how I was trading. So structure, as in this is trading range structure. That's what I saw at least. And once I was able to see that, then, all right, so we're coming up now, right? This trap here, I thought it would reverse, but it's not. So now we're going up. At this point, you're not thinking anymore downtrend. You're thinking pretty much adjusting the spike in channel here. This is kind of confusing, right? We have a spike channel here. Inside this spike in channel, we had another spike in channel, but this one broke down. Or spike to channel. Gonna get rid of these guys. A little too much noise here. Now we see a spike maybe, and then We can have a longer channel here. This is actually still a channel. It's very horizontal, but it is what it is. In my mind, you know, since we broke this, we could be making a new high right now. Actually, we already made the new high here. Actually, I'm gonna keep it to this narrative here. Right? I believe the price action is telling us this. We had this channel here, right? Spike channel, broke it, made a new high, attempting to new high, double top at the moment. Let's see what happens, pandas. Very difficult to say what's happening. I mean, if we look at the 5-minute as well, big doji bar, break above the doji bar, but now breaking back into the doji bar. Absolutely incredible. You're thinking now perhaps double top, right? Channel broke, tested one more time, new high. Now we're thinking possible reversal pattern here. Could be trading range, but looking at something like this, you're thinking pretty strong downtrend now. Right? Big bear bars, ending near their low. Surprise bars here. Right? 5-minute breaking down now. You gotta let the candle finish, but when the candle looks like that, you're not looking to trade against that at any time soon. We gotta let the candle finish though. 10K chart. Potential two-legged pullback, but we're finding ourselves on the bottom of this channel here now, right? Overshoot, looking for overshoot to the downside. No setups for us right now, pandas, sorry. Got no setups. We do have a spike here on the 10K chart, and we're kind of coming down here now to the 20 MA on the 10K chart. So that's what I'm seeing here. So you got a couple opposing things happening, but conflicting things. Could be looking for something like this. The trading range broke with this big move down. I'm not sure if we're gonna get it though. I'm not sure if the market's gonna give us a two-legged pullback. Most likely just a first entry. Market might give us a two-legged pullback here. We are on this support here though. Big range on that 5-minute candle. That's a nasty looking candle. Doji, inside, outside bar. Both of them are looking kind of doji-ish. This is definitely doji. And this one is forming to be doji, but we gotta let it finish. Potential two-legged pullback here. Interesting to see right here because this is a place of support here, right? We do have this spiking channel, attempting to break below the channel on the spiking channel. The two-legged pullback was kind of far from the 20 MA pandas. Coming back into the trading range now. Very interesting, pandas. Unsure what's happening here. Can't take this second entry. Terrible signal bar plus far away from 20 MA. Okay, coming back up. Look at this candle right now on the 5-minute. This looks spiky. Two big spikes. Spiky market, choppy market, whatever you want to call it. But when those wicks come out like that, it looks very spiky. Very interesting. I'm not sure if I'm interested in two-legged pullback here anymore. Bouncing off this channel here. I would have, if I go short here, I would have to reverse my trade if it does go up. That's how I would trade this. Almost want to go short here. Being a little hesitant. Skipping this trade. It is because we're bouncing off this support here, coming back into the trade range. You must stop that right there. But this is an outside bar currently. You can still make the point here. You might just want to stop people out there and then come down in reverse. We're still in that one single bar. Very, very tricky right now. It is a two-legged pullback off a strong downtrend. Does fail, and this is why I said I'll have to probably reverse my trade if I did take that and it reversed on us. absolutely incredible. Coming back into the trading range here. Market is vicious. That's scary. That's very scary. I mean, the main reason why I didn't want to go short there is because we bounced off of this support here. And bouncing off of a support, I typically don't like to go opposite. Basically, we'll be going short right into the bottom of this channel. And I do not like that. I basically fell for that yesterday, and I didn't like it. And so we have this channel here. That's why these trend lines are important. Spiking channel. Spike, and we're channeling now. Pretty broad channel, but it is what it is. And I was too scared to go short right into that. Honestly, still a little confused on what's happening here. Very choppy. Higher chance to make a point on this short, of course, in my opinion. Does make a perfect scalp immediately. I would consider going short here on the L4 setup if we're below here. It looks like absolute scalp made. Like I said, the most likely higher chance to make a point on this one than this one. But that's tricky, Panda. So it's good signal bar, two-legged pullback off the 20 MA after strong push down. But if I didn't have yesterday's loss, I probably would have entered this one too. It was just too close to that trend line. This trend line to me, something like this. Just not enough room to make that point. And I typically don't like it when we react off support. I don't like to go short. If you're reacting off support like as it should be, a little harder to go short against that. We have a lower high setup here, Pandas. Very interesting lower high setup. Lower high setup right into the trend line. I like this lower high setup. Kind of like this lower high setup, but it might just turn into a two-legged pull back into the trading range here. I'm gonna sit on my pause here. Lower high setup with this trend line right in the way. I don't know if it's gonna hold this time. Interesting. Failed trap. Coming back down. This is a terrible signal bar I was really thinking about, but that signal bar was really bad. Very bad signal bar. It makes an absolute scalp. The lower high setup here was pretty good, but the signal bar was not good for me. The signal bar was too bad. I was really thinking about it, but the signal bar was too bad. If this was a good signal bar, I would have been very, very tempted, but at the end, pretty much at the tail end of that candle, it scalped out on its own. It is what it is. So Pandas, how you guys doing? This market is very confusing in my opinion. If we get a trap trade here, I go short. I would have taken that, but just terrible signal bar. As you guys are rolling in, make sure you guys scalp that like button. Ooh, higher low, second entry, 10K chart. Very, very enticing here. Second entry, looking for a new high now. But also, very confusing. That was a trap trade here. Failed trap. Can't see it because of the way the Ninja Trader renders a huge risk here. Wow, 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 wow. Outside bar reversal. Our second entry, higher low second entry on the 10K chart, giving us a nice swing trade here. But man, oh man, outside bar reversal, I was not going to take that. But if that was a good signal bar, I might have been interested. Unfortunately, it is what it is. These candles are forming in a very odd way, in my opinion. They're forming like before they can finish. We're getting a lot of outside bar reversals. And I don't like that. I don't like trading the outside bar reversals. I do feel like we have another push up here, pandas. I feel like if I go long here, we have a decent chance to make a trade, a point, but trading range here on the 10K chart makes me hesitant, but clearly above the 20 MA. Higher low setup here. See what the 5 minutes giving us. 5 minutes still very spiky, no direction whatsoever on the 5 minute. Right, doji bar here, outside bar, outside, inside, right? That's what we call a IOI pattern, according to Al Brooks. And now we have an outside up bar here, but we're closing still within this bar. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely confusing. I have no idea what's happening right now, pandas. Inactionable. Everything's inactionable to me. Daniel LaCroix says, I've been watching your stream for a long time, but from what I've seen, you seem to be red in the morning, but green in the afternoon. Do you think your setup works better in the afternoon? It's a good question, actually. I don't think the setup matters what time day it is, but I do believe that during the midday, the market structure is much clearer in terms of what's happening, what's going to happen the rest of the day. And so we're going to know for a trading range, we're going to know for bull trend, bear trend. And so knowing that off stream, right, because after around 11 o'clock it's very clear, helps a lot in terms of trying to find good setups. But also, you have the pressure of streaming. Makes it very difficult. You think trading live is hard, right? Trading with real money is hard. You think that's stressful, right? When a trade goes against you, you think that's stressful. Trading when things are really on the line. Well, try to do that in front of thousands of people, and you have this multiplier of stress mentally. And so, also, I'll admit it, I make mistakes. I'll make mistakes during stream. I'll get too eager. I'll miss something in the price action that I should have seen. So it is what it is, though, pandas. No excuses. If I make a mistake, I make a mistake, and I can do better. Always trying to get better. By no means am I the best trader in the world. Not even close. Not even close. But I do believe that with a good system, you can be profitable. So this is what we're trying to do here on stream. I should have two-legged pullback there. Top of the trading range, bouncing off of it. I could extend this trading range on 2K chart, but not interested in anything here actually. Even though this is a two-legged pullback, I'm not interested in this. A, B, C. If this was a failed trap to the downside, I'll be interested. Basically a fail second entry short. If this goes long, I'll be interested on the outside bar. Even with a perfect scalp like that, I'll be interested in going long. Higher low setup here. In this trade, I'm going to try to scalp that out. It was an outside bar reversal coming in. We have a runner here, pandas. Let's see how high this runner can go. This the second entry long triggered on a 10K chart as well, right at the same spot. So we're gonna try to run this for a couple points here, pandas. Let's see if we continue this uptrend. This could be a good trade here. Looks like it wants to stop me out soon. Hope it doesn't stop me out. Really hope it doesn't stop me out, but it looks like it wants to stop me out real bad. Alright, uptrend continuing here. Uptrend, continued. Don't stop me out, please. Go back up, trap out those traders. We're trying to counter trend. Trap about to trigger here. That's good news for us, pandas. Keep going long. Don't even think about it. Let's see how high this runner can go. I'm gonna manage this runner as I would manage anything else. I will keep it as long as I can, and I'll keep it basically until I see a good reason that we have to reverse it. So, you know, you have the first red bar here, right? And that trap actually fails, right? Because you actually do trigger that trap on the outside bar reversal, currently failing. Just sitting on our pause here, though, pandas. Let's see if we can get a nice scalp here. But that failed second entry short here, that's what got me convinced. Right, off the 20 MA. Ooh, this could be a nice runner, pandas. If we get a good bull trend here, this could be a 20-point runner. 20 points is $1,000 on one runner. 20 points from here will be... Sorry, I can't see this. 311. It'll be up to 331, which is right here. That's a 20-point runner, pandas. Nice push up there. Better case for us. Right, no reason to even move my runner right now, in my opinion. Right, I have no worries that this is gonna reverse. Right, there's nothing in here showing me reversal, so I'm gonna just stick with it until I see some sort of reversal pattern. Until I start seeing us trading below the 20 MA. Right, we're gonna manage this runner as best as possible. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. This runner is currently around 375, 350. No reason to reverse this runner now. I won't be surprised if we go up to yesterday's high even. In my opinion, we can get there. But not going to be greedy here. I'm going to treat this as I would any other trade. Right, basically, what I'm thinking is you only want to get rid of this runner if you're considering to go short. Right, that's the idea. Right, if you have like a good runner and you're in a bull trend, like you don't want to get rid of the runner unless you're in a place where you're like, okay, I think I'm gonna go short here because of how good the setup is to go short. And so that's kind of like what we're trying to do here. We're gonna hold this until we see a good setup to go short and maybe do an opposing trade. Especially if it's a strong uptrend like this. Right, this is a bull breakout right now, and we're luckily in it early on, I believe. I mean, we could be in a place where we don't come back here. That would be very nice. Yesterday's high is way up here. And that's about a 50-point trade, which is about $2,500. And it could happen, pandas. We could reach yesterday's high. We could reach yesterday's high, which is way up here. I don't know what this line is. Get rid of that. I don't know what this line is. Get rid of that. Another trap triggering here. We got 3 traps. 1, 2. One more trap. Well, technically this is a trap as well. It's a perfect scalp trap, but it is a trap. Why did I take this trade again? So we had a second entry. A, B, C. I didn't want to take this one. But I was going to take it if we failed, which is exactly what happened. The main reason is because we have this break a trend new high, and I was thinking I will only take it if we fail here. Right, making 3 pushes down. 1, 2, 3, trying to break below the 20 MA, failing to do so. So that was my reasoning to going along there. These outside bar reversals are incredible though. Right, all these traps are like outside bar reversals. Sitting on my pause, I have no reason to go short, in my opinion, at all. Like, it could really be one of those days you come away all the way back up here, and I could honestly just hold this to the rest of the day and just let it close out when Ninja Trader wants to close out my trades for me. I think it usually happens like 10 minutes before, like 6 Eastern time. But we're on a very nice runner here, pandas. Again, no reason to get rid of this. I know you're like, okay, we should protect our profits. I would be completely fine if this completely reversed and took me out, because in my mind, on the A top, if it just reverses on the A top, nothing I could have really done about that. In my opinion, I'm just holding this. I'm going to hold it until, as long as I can, until I see clear reasons why we're going to go short. Strong bull breakout like this, even with any pullbacks, you're going to think, right? If I look at the 10K chart, if you see the 10K chart, you're thinking the first pullback will be small, right? I can even just put my stop loss one tick below any 10K candle. I can attach it. I can attach my stop loss to the 10K candle here. It'll just keep moving up, and then it'll just use the 10K as my the 10K candles low to manage my trade. That was a 10-point move, $500 trade. No reason for me to go short in my opinion here, still. As long as we're above, trading above the 20 MA, I feel pretty safe. This could stop me out here. But as long as we're above the 20 MA, I feel okay, in my opinion. Until we start clearly trading below the 20 MA, but it might be too late. I might not have enough room. Right, it might stop me out, I might do it here. And if it does, it is what it is. And I'm completely okay with that, pandas. I mean, in my mind, I'd rather stick to the plan than, you know, in my mind, if I just took out my profits here and I saw this go up all day, the rest of the day, I think that would make me more upset than just losing this trade, in my opinion. I'm completely okay with losing this. And so now you have a break of trend. Usually your first break of trend is small, and you make a new high. So we're looking for a new high now, pandas. And the market most likely will make a new high, in my opinion. Or come back down and try to stop me out. Try to stop me out right there. Completely reverse on us with the A top. So I'm completely okay with. If it happens, it happens. That was scary. Almost stopped me out. Truly almost stopped me out right there. I was about a point away from stopping me out. You can stop me out here. I mean, that's a pretty strong push down below the 20 MA. That's not what you want if you're long right now. But pandas, you gotta be okay with losing this trade, right? Losing all that profit, you have to be okay with it. If you're willing to look for 20 points, which I'm looking for right now, 20-point trade. If you're looking for 20 points, you have to be willing to lose that. That's the risk you have to take. 20-point trade is $1,000 on one contract. Just watching here, pandas. I would hate to lose this runner, but I would hate it even more if I prematurely close it out. Let's just say that. If I'm thinking we're gonna make a new high, right? First break of trend, new high. In my opinion, I feel safe still. Let's see if we get a new high here. Pushing up, pushing up. Let's get that new high, pandas. So first break of trend, new high. Looking for the new high. Try to stop me out. It really tried. But that to me shows me incredible strength from the bulls. That the bears couldn't even come out to stop out my runner. So they couldn't even reload there. They're so eager, they came up, and essentially there's a gap. We have a gap here to my trade, to right here. There's a gap right now. And this gap is showing us strength from the bulls. Again, no reason to get out of that runner. You might have been really scared when you saw this big push down, but there was no reason to actually get out of that runner. Looking for 20 points here. Gonna come out with a $1,000 trade on one contract. And honestly, I probably can hold it to the rest of the day. I probably can hold it, thinking we're gonna come on the daily, thinking the daily, right, is making a trading range and wants to come back to the top, right near the top of this candle here, maybe even 20 EMA. But basically, I'm thinking that the daily wants to come back to the top here. I really do think that, but I'm happy with my 20 points, and I'll take it. We have made a new high, but typically 2 pushes up. We're looking for one more push up here. I'm actually okay now attaching this to my 10K chart and just letting it go above every candle here. So what I'm going to do actually is just attach this to my 10K chart at the super signal value. I'm just going to make this infinite. I'm not going to really have a limit here. And I'm just going to let this keep riding the 10K trend here, and until the 10K breaks a previous candle's low, I won't get out of this trade. And so I'm okay with managing this trade like this, just because I'm already protecting about how many points? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points here, and I'm protecting about 7 points to gain, you know, who knows how many points the 10K can go up. So I'm okay with managing my trade like this with my 10K. So right now my stop loss is attached to the 10K super signal, and so it will just keep riding it upwards whenever a candle finishes. And the main reason being is because the 10K is very strong, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bull bars, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bull bars, right? 9 out of 10 bull bars in a row. And I'll take a little hit off one 10K bar, so we'll just let this ride as much as possible here. So once this candle finishes, this is going to move up one tick below the previous candle's low. $20 points is right here. We'll see. Hey pandas, as you guys are rolling in, I'm buying my money. Welcome to my stream. I hope you guys are enjoying the content so far. If you are, make sure you scalp that like button. I do this absolutely for free. And so you guys scalping that like button is a good way to support this channel. Support my morning coffee. As you can see, I didn't do anything. I didn't touch my mouse. It just moved automatically to the previous candle's low. We'll just keep riding this up as much as possible. As much as the 10K wants to keep going up, I'm glad to be in this trade. If it stops me out here, I'm okay with that. I mean, I'm already at what, 10 points up here, $500 trade. To me, it's fine, but infinite stop loss. No limit, basically. Just riding this up as much as possible and see what happens. If it's a strong bull trend, then the 10K should be able to hold every bar. It looked like it was stop me out right there. It looked like it was trying to stop me out. looks like it's gonna stop me out here. Very close to stopping me out. But it didn't stop me out, pandas. Got close, but didn't stop me out. 10K can hold its own right now. Every bar, no reversals. Just holding onto this until it just naturally closes me out. Of course, it'll be a bummer if it does close me out a little too early. It'll be unfortunate. It's all good, pandas. In this one trade, how good is that? How good is that? It wanted to stop me out, but it got so close. And because I managed my runner like that, I could gain another 10 points from this. And to me, it's worth it. I'm willing to lose whatever this is. This one candle, that's fine. To potentially gain, double this, but just running it. Doji bar, looks like. Okay, actually a little bullish bar. That was doji bar, it's actually bull bar. Moved my stop loss 1. So automatically moved it up. Letting this run, no reason to go short. I just have my stop loss at 1 tick below the 10K chart candle, and until it makes a pullback on the 10K chart, in my mind, unless a pullback on the 10K chart will be kind of reason for me to start going short. Right? If we start to have a pullback on 10K chart. By the way, this horizontal line is 20 points. That's $1,000. I may get bamboo paws around the $1,000 mark, but because $1,000 does sound nice. On one contract, it's very nice. One contract trade, $1,000. But to be honest, I could maybe hold. It might be one of those days you just hold on one contract all day, and it could just be up like a $50 move to the upside. Strong bull trend day today, no doubt about it. Bears are starting to squeal. Almost to my 20-point target. If I had more than one contract right now, I would scale out. I would sell my core at this 20. I would sell one and keep another contract to keep running it. But it is what it is, pandas. Still no reason to go short in my opinion. I mean, the 10K right now, the only pullback we had was right here. so far. And after that pullback, we'll just keep going up and up and up. Almost hit my 20-point price target here. Absolutely incredible. It hit my 20-point price target. Pandas, that's 20 points. That's $1,000 on one contract. And I'm not doing anything. I'm sitting on my paws. I'm just letting this run up with using my indicator. Just letting it run up on the next second entry. And look, if I hit my 20 points right here, those are extra. That's extra money I want to put on the table, left on the table. But I'm just gonna let this keep running. All of that is extra money left on the table. No reason to go short, right? In any of the this is one contract, pandas. Imagine if this was a 5-contract swing that you were doing. Imagine if that's what it was. That would be absolutely incredible. 5 contracts. Man, that's... Ooh. Whew. It's a $5,000 trade if you have 5-contract swing right here. 5-contract swing. 20 points, $5,000. That's absolutely incredible. That's more money people make in a month, in one day, in a couple minutes. You can make more money people make in a month. Typical full-time job. So I don't mind if my move starts, pushes back here, because you have the chance to keep going up. I don't mind if it comes up here and gets stopped out right here. I mean, that's pretty much your 20 points. I'm completely okay with that. But you have potential to keep going up. So just gonna wait for the 10K to take care of itself. The 5-minute even more so take care of itself. But I'm fine with the 10K. Take care of itself. So this makes up for yesterday's red day on stream in of itself. Let's see, doing this, how much money I would make other than right now I'm risking, less than 1 point where I would have just had my 20 contracts. That's about $50. But I'm still in this trade managing in a way where I have great potential to keep going up. Great potential to keep going up. So until we get our first pullback on the 10K chart, that's what I'm waiting for. Absolutely incredible move right now. Oh my goodness. What we're trying to do is try to leave as little room on the table as possible. On a strong bull trend day like this, honestly, I would almost be okay just putting my stop loss back to break even +1 and just see how high it goes today. If it goes all the way back down, crashes down, and be like, all right, at least I swung for the fences type day. But let's just try to manage this in a way where it'd be sustainable. It looks like it's slowing down here a little bit though, just looking at the movement. But no worries for me. I'm just letting the 10K take care of itself. 10K chart, as long as it doesn't break a previous candle's low, we're good. 10K chart's gonna 10K. Runners are gonna run. Again, I'm just letting this take care of itself. I'm doing zero work here. I'm just letting it do its own thing. Absolutely zero work here. Just watching, just seeing how much money I'm making right now. It's a nice place to be in. At this point, you're just wondering how much money can I make today on one runner, one single runner, pandas. One single runner. Pandas, hope you guys are doing well. For those who are just rolling in on Buy Money, make sure you guys scalp that like button. On this stream, we trade only one single setup on the biggest, baddest, most liquidable market in the world, the E-mini futures. I know I do have a trade going on here, but I want to explain a little bit of how I entered this trade. As you guys are rolling in, we only trade one single setup. It's a two-legged pullback. It's a setup that looks like this, or like this. 2 pushes down or 2 pushes up. Right contest is greater than 90% probability to make 1 point on the E-mini futures. On the screen here, you see that we have a everything on here helps us with price action. We only trade price action on this channel, and so we have the 20 EMA, 204 SMA. Also, we have the two-legged pullback indicator showing us all second entries on the chart here. If you look to the right of the screen, you can see that there's a second entry here, short, because we had 2 pushes up here, and yeah, it does it by simple color scheme, dark red, dark green numbers. I'm gonna keep my eye out here. I was gonna show my trade, but it might stop me out here. I wanna see this stop out with you guys, just so you guys can see it happen. I don't want to move away from the price action while this happens, but. Looks like someone stopped me out here. Wouldn't be surprised. It's all good, pandas. Wouldn't be surprised at all if it stops me out here. Looks like someone stopped me out. Alright, stop that $1,000, more than $1,000 trade. Let's go, baby. Let's go! Let's go, baby. That's how you manage your runner. Was able to take all of that. You know, some people were coming out here. I could refresh this a little. It was a little off, but after I saw that, I was just not sure. You know, in fact, if I even had a bigger stop loss, like more buffer, I could maybe make more money here. But it's all good, pandas. Let's go, baby. The original trade came from the 2000 tick chart, and the trade was right here. Actually, it was this second entry, but it was an outside bar reversal, and I took it right here. And so, basically, what had happened is we saw this bounce off of the trend line here, and I was thinking, okay, maybe this downtrend's over because we bounced off with a trap with a reversal here. And this reversal was good enough for its own point. But like I've mentioned before, reversals are gonna reverse. And so even though it comes back down, as long as we don't break this low, we're still in an uptrend at this point. And with that uptrend, I was hesitant to take this second entry long, this 3 here, because we have a breakup trend new high. And I thought perhaps a good place to find a second entry or a failed second entry long here, but I was thinking most likely since we're above the 20 EMA, I'm thinking perhaps better chance, right, higher probability trade to actually go long here on a failed trap. And so this traps actually and fails, and that trap fails, giving us 1, 2, 3 hits off of the 20 EMA, and trying to break below it 3 times, fails 3 times, and then from there really never saw this point again, and it just went up. It almost stopped us out here, but like I mentioned, that gap from this low to this high, that gap here showed us incredible strength from the bulls, showing us that the bears couldn't even take us down to stop us out for those who are in this trade still. And you know, you could almost say I mismanaged this trade because this has more room to go up perhaps, but I'm fine with that. This could trap here, and you know, if you want to, you can re-enter here. Technically, I could re-enter with one contract anywhere here, and it'll be as if I'm continuing that trade. If you're feeling a little FOMO, saying, man, I missed out, and basically your risk would just be this right here. You know, you might lose out on that, on the difference between here to here. You know, let's say it comes all the way back to your stop, you know, whatever you want to break even. But if you think it has way more room to go, then you can pretty much buy anywhere, and basically that was your risk. Your risk is right here. But it is what it is, pandas, and I'm okay with that. You know, approaching yesterday's high, pretty close. On a daily look at this, it's just big up, big down, big up here. Unsure what's going to happen. You know, this is getting choppy in my opinion. Choppiness near the bottom of the trading range makes me think it might come back to the top of the trading range. Not sure. But with that trade alone, I was able to make $1,000 on one contract. 20-point move. Let's go, baby. Let me go some of your chats here. Boy, boy, he could have got more. Could have squeezed more out of this. For sure, could have squeezed more out of this. Absolutely incredible. That's another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's $400 right there we left on the table. Left on the table, but it's all good. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with $1,000 trade. You know, I'm pretty much done for today. And people are wondering, how in the world does Panda become green? How does he become green after having a losing, being red on stream? It's just impossible for him to actually make money, isn't it? It's not. You gotta stick to the plan, pandas, and you gotta find your good trades, and you gotta manage them well. You know, like I'm realizing, you know, to be honest, I've been trading this style for maybe about a year and a half now. I would say, pretty much a year and a half. You'd be surprised how much of trading is actually trade management. Being able to manage your trades in a way where you're not emotional, where you don't have FOMO, where you can have the logical reasoning to take on more risk because of the probability being so high for your trade to work out. And also taking losers, and sometimes big losers if you have to. You gotta take them. You gotta take them. So, I think, yeah, welcome back, Jason. I haven't seen your name in a while. Glad you're back. And you just realize that why 90% of traders fail is one thing is not that they don't have the ability to make money in the market, but more the fact that they don't have the patience or willingness to learn the hard stuff, learn the ins and outs, right? Learning those things like trade management, right? When you hear the word trade management, that term trade management, how many of you guys, you know, start to fall asleep? You know, because it's such a massive thing to learn, and it's so dense to learn, and it's not fun. It's not a fun thing to learn about in trading. It's not a fun thing. So it is what it is, and yeah. So I'm saying many people have the ability to do it, but they don't have the willingness to learn that extra 10% of trading to learn probably takes like that 90% of the time, right? Those extra details you need to learn, and so yeah, and so it's just that willingness to learn that, and so if you stick to the plan, have good trade management, you can become profitable, truly. By the way, if you want more information about the two-legged pullback indicator, you can check out the official website at www.twoleggedpullback.com. Simple tool to help you guys identify all second entries on the chart here. And yeah, it's been very helpful for me. I think it's been very helpful for anyone who has purchased it. And I hope there's reviews. People put reviews on the website, and the reviews all are stellar. So it is what it is, and I'm cool just hanging out now the rest of the day. So another way you could have managed that trade is push your stop loss like a point under the 20 EMA, and it's like as long as we're not a point under the 20 EMA, just keep it, and you'll still be in this trade actually after this. As long as you're willing to get past this swing low, if you just put like one tick below the 20 EMA, you've been like you're golden still here. No pullbacks on the 5-minute. I was thinking actually to use the 5-minute as my chart to put my stop loss, but I was okay with the 10K. I was happy with my $1,000 win. You could squeeze out maybe another $1,000 here actually, pandas. Absolutely incredible, right? Come back to yesterday's high, which is very typical, right? When we have big trading range like this, come back to the high of the trading range, right? How many times have you seen this pattern on the 5-minute, on the 2,000 tick chart, 10K chart, doesn't matter. How many times have you seen that pattern? It just keeps going up and down, up and down, up and down. When the market's confused, it will do that. John Wilson says, when you're green, how do you know when to stop for the day? I struggle with this and sometimes turn to a loss for the day. In my opinion, if the setup is good, you take it 100% of the time. But that goes to say, are you able to find the good setups, the perfect setups? And that's up to you, that's subjective. Everyone has different amounts of mental capital. And many of us lie to ourselves and are overconfident in our own abilities. I know I am, oftentimes. And so you have to be real with yourself, and it's not something you can teach someone in a lesson. It's something you have to learn by experience, but you have to know when you're lying to yourself. When can you actually say, yeah, I've realized, in my mind I think I'm good to go, but for my behavior, I'm realizing I'm taking on more risks than I should. I'm taking revenge trades. I'm on, you can sense this tilt, right? This idea of I need to make money, right? You have like these other motivations to trade and go into setups. And with that, when those things start to come in, creep in your mind, you gotta call it quits. You gotta call it quits. Even if you do make money, you gotta call it quits, because you're not in the right mental state to make money. Absolutely incredible move. The 5-minute, no pullbacks on the 5-minute. I mean, it is going to happen that we're going to come back to the 20 EMA today sometime, pandas. But right now, it looks like we're making a beeline straight to yesterday's high. Unfortunately, we got stopped out there. It'd be nice if it only get stopped out by 2 ticks, but it'd be nice if we could have gotten all that right there. A couple $100 missed out right there. It's all good, pandas. Absolutely incredible. You do not go short against this. That's all I say. That's all I will say. Pandas, hope you guys are doing well. A nice $1,000 trade here, one trade on stream, and it is what it is. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Important thing is you stick to the plan, pandas. Stick to the plan. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. Make sure you guys check out that free trial. This is like a pullback indicator. I honestly don't know if I can enter another trade because this looks like very hard to get into this trend here. I mean, I could just buy one contract here and see if I can scalp it, but in my opinion, it's not worth. Absolutely incredible here. Okay, we got an L4 setup on the 10K chart. Can give us a nice pullback back to the 20 MA here. 5 minutes still looking strong. The 2K, are we going to break below the 20 MA? So how much more money would it made if you just put a one tick below the 20 MA? I basically was able to take out the money right here. 1 point under the 20 MA is right here. So at least you'll be able to $1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, $400, maybe more. But if it comes down here, that's, you know, you're making at least $400 because the 20 MA is not going to go any lower than this. Yeah, none of these are two-legged pullbacks, which is incredible, right? All first entries. First entry, first entry, first entry, first entry, first entry, first entry. You can see by none of them are dark green numbers. None of them are dark green numbers. You can see that it is all first entries here. If we get another push down, then we have finally our first second entry. But do you really want to take a second entry now? I mean, at this point, very difficult, very overextended. We are on a strong uptrend though, so could be potentially worth it. But I'm thinking, like, if I trade now and I make like $50, is it really worth $50? I mean, I'm already up 1,000 and I'm only trading one contract. I don't know if it's even worth it. I mean, it'd be worth maybe if I traded back to my 5 contracts, but I'm gonna stick with my 2 contracts probably to the end of the week, just because I just want to be profitable on stream before going back to my 5 contracts. Two-legged pullback here, looks like it's forming. But also 10K chart, you do have an L4 setup. The 5 minute will be the first pullback if we do. We might not even get a pullback here, who knows. It looks like we want a second entry long here. Doesn't even get it, doesn't even trigger the second entry long, makes a micro double bottom. Nine points missed out here. 1 point, putting it 1 point below the 20 MA. It looks like it wants to trigger this second pullback here. It really looks like it's trying to. Could be wrong. Just looking at the inside bar, right? Outside, inside. It looks like it's slowing down a little bit here. Also, on the 2K chart, we have an L4. The 10K chart, we have an L4. So many L4 setups. The 5 minutes, the only thing without an L4. We do trigger the second pullback. So if we did this strategy, 1 point under the 20 MA, if it touches it, okay, so we would have made 9 extra points if we did this strategy instead of managing this runner. Right, if we put it 1 point below the 20 MA, I would have been stopped out right there. Definitely not looking to go long. This is a very good signal bar, but man, this looks sketchy. The 10K chart also triggering the L4 setup. The 5 minute finally making a pullback. Absolutely incredible. Potential second entry long here for anyone willing to try to get into this setup here, but I typically don't trade against the L4 setups. If there's a two-legged pullback after L4, I would rather go into the short side on the L4 than the long side. Pandas, hope you guys are doing well. Just watching here, not much to do. This trap, I'll be more interested in trap than this second entry long here because of all the L4 setups on every time frame other than the 5 minute. I'll be interested in this trap here, but I'm just sitting on my pause. I mean, I'm feeling fine right now where I'm at. Ooh, got a trap trade here. L4 setup. 4 pushes up. Typically that move is done. This could easily make a point, pandas. So easily can make a point. Man, almost makes me want to enter it, but I'm sitting on my pause. L4 setup and a trap on the other side. What a setup. We're just in such a strong uptrend. I'm not looking to go short here, right? Because on the 5 minute, right, this is the first reversal on the 5 minute. But regardless, it makes a, actually it hasn't made a point yet. Makes a point now. Okay, absolute scalp, right? Easy point there in my opinion, but I'm gonna sit on my pause here, probably for the rest of the stream. But that reversal after the L4 setup, man, that's nice. That's a nice setup. But super, right, uptrend, right? Bull trend. Not breaking below the 20 MA. This is where you're wondering, right? Remember I said you don't get out of the trade unless you find a setup that you're looking for to go short. That is it right there, pandas, right? After an L4 reversal pattern, this is when you get out of that runner. And I could have done that maybe on the 2K chart. Salvage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points. Right, this is a good reason to think maybe potentially here is where we get a reversal, right? Because we have a reversal pattern. But in my opinion, I mean, we're so close to yesterday's high. I feel like we're gonna hit it. Like the market wants it, in my opinion, right? We're about 10 points away, and I think we can get it. But it might take the rest of the day. Who knows? Pandas. Hope you guys are trading well. Make sure you scalp that like button. Make sure you subscribe as well. Hitting that subscribe button also helps with the analytics for YouTube. I think about 40% of you guys are not subscribed. And so if you guys have been joining for a while now and would like to support us, make sure you subscribe, and it helps us a lot if you do that for us. Potential, right? We have now an H4 pattern, 4 pushes down, and that could be the reversal we need to get to the all-time high, or the yesterday's high. We have an H4 pattern now. 4 pushes down. Alamin Asas is sub since 2020. So this guy knows I've been here for a long time, and he probably knows how legit all this is. Because those who've been trading for a long time, or have been following me for a long time, they know that I've been doing this for so long. Like, they don't even question anymore, like, my trades, or they don't question anymore if I'm being profitable. Outside bar reversal, the H4 setup. Yeah, all of us. The whiskey always gets you guys to do whatever I want you guys to do. It's a win lose. It's a win-win situation. I mean, I love the whiskey anyway. So win-win situation. I get you guys to do something, and you guys see me drink whiskey, albeit through the panda avatar, but still, I mean, hey, there is a real person behind that panda face. Alright, pandas, it looks like we're going sideways here. I think this is a good time to end the stream here. Pandas, thanks for joining us, and I hope you guys enjoyed the content here. Make sure you scalp that like button. Make sure you guys subscribe, and I hope you guys are doing amazing. Have an amazing day. Make sure you guys check out the indicators, the trading range indicator, also the two-legged pullback indicator at the official website at www.twolleggedpullback.com. There's a free trial there. Also, there's a free floating tick counter. The link is in the description for that free floating tick counter, so you can see right when the candle will finish if you're on the tick charts for NinjaTrader. So make sure you guys download that. That's absolutely for free for you guys. I do appreciate you guys joining the stream, and I see you guys bright and early tomorrow, every single day, 9, right? From 9 a.m. Eastern time till around here, about 10:45, 11 o'clock. And so, hope to see you guys all tomorrow. Trade safe, everybody, and always, as always, happy trading. God bless. I'll see you guys tomorrow.